Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House, back here again. Before I fire up the fireplace here, I wanted to show you this. When I left the tiny house yesterday, I had the heat on and it got up to 51 Fahrenheit in here. And then I left and closed it up. As you can see, the humidity went up for some reason, probably because of the lumber. But the temperature has stayed pretty, well, in my case, not too bad with no heat on. 42 Fahrenheit, or 4 degrees Celsius for the European people. And it is 37.3 Fahrenheit outside, 66% humidity outside. It rained all night, so I'm here to check on things and do some work, of course. And that's pretty impressive for temperature, holding the temperature in. Pretty impressed with that. So I'm gonna go get the fire on and be back. Hey guys, got the fireplace on. Noisy fans are on. I already gave you the temperature. Solar's the same, fine. So we'll show you what's happening. Yesterday, see all these muddy footprints? They're mostly mine because we had quite a muddy mess outside because, well, I'll show you. Room looks a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Now that all the boxes are gone. And I got mega moving day, cleaning day, everything day to happen back here. And but before I do that, I'm gonna try and get this ceiling piece up and another light installed, and then I'll be this much closer to being done. The ceiling part of it anyway. Then I gotta do the wiring and finally get this thing powered up, which will be, kind of been waiting for since I got it in the mail. Hula Girl, check in on her. She's killing it. But yeah, quite a large space now, guys. That's pretty cool. Yeah, really good. So I'm gonna obviously have to fix some stuff, like I mentioned that the survival blanket kinda, the tape doesn't like sticking to it, or, well, it likes sticking to it when it's on wood, but this spray foam material is something else. And then some of this stuff will be scrapped, I'm assuming, because I want to turn this back wall into the large battery bank. And then I think I want the pantry, which is that thing right there, moved right next to the aquaponics stand here. And then I'll also bring back that wooden table right here, back here somewhere, probably to go next to it. And that will give me more space in the living area, and I can kind of organize better back here, and we'll start going from there. And then eventually, guys, I'm gonna bring back a whole whack of stuff back into the storage area here, but there's gonna be a lot of work happening back here once the ceiling's completed, which is gonna be good. Damn, that light is bright right in my eyes. It's early morning here, so I don't want to look at that. Here, I'll get back into some daylight here so the light turns off, hopefully. And it doesn't, of course. Yeah, so it was funny, so my accountant's like, oh, what do I owe you? And I'm like, geez, you don't, I guess he deals with so many people's numbers. I guess he couldn't remember all that stuff. But anyway, So I have $300 coming from him sometime, my last payment. He didn't pay me right on the spot, because who walks around with that kind of money? So he's either going to drop by a check or cash sometime, which is fine. All the boxes are gone, so I'm no longer... So now my rent at the tiny house here, guys, will be $600 a year coming from myself alone. Because before, he was covering half of that because of his ability to store his stuff here. Now that that's gone, everything's on me. So hopefully you guys are considering becoming a Patreon member for only $1 a month for all my videos ad-free, and then you guys get all my videos before YouTube, like hours worth, all in one chunk. That's what I've been doing for my Patreon members. I basically take, I don't know, a week or two, a week's worth of videos, and combine them all together in one video without intros and credits and all that, and give them to my Patreon members early access before they hit YouTube. That way they can watch, stay up to date with me, and have no ads, and that's kind of the cheapest way to go. Other than that, I'm gonna have to now. Okay, bonus. I was smart enough to leave the panel that is going up next out front here, so I don't have to move 2 more panels out of the way. So I have to manhandle this thing up by myself again. My dad offered to help, but I feel bad asking him for help. I did need him for this though. That offset was nasty. But I'll try to do this, you know, as best I can. Now the only problem is I got a muddy mess on this mat with my shoes being here. So I may have to pick the mat up and move it into the storage room along with my shoes and everything, so I can work here and not get mud all over the floor, all over my slippers, and all that. So, but we're getting there, guys. What else? Yeah. So yeah, another LED light in the center here will be nice. Like, it's just gonna be basically, as I walk in, there's gonna be a light right here, and how I'm gonna wire it, like I said before, if you've been following me on my switch, master switch, which has a bunch of different switches on to control all these things. My first switch is gonna be this light here at the entrance doorway. So if you're coming in at night, you reach over, hit the switch. At least you can light up your entrance area, and then go from there, right? The rest is history. So I gotta move some stuff, obviously, before we get started. I brought my music over, so I'm probably gonna time-lapse me putting the plywood up so I can listen to tunes, keep me relatively calm when I'm putting this thing up. Hopefully I do not damage it like this one, but I don't have a kitchen countertop in the way to block me this time, so I should imagine I should be able to do some stuff here. So what I'll do now is, since the camera's rolling, I'm going to move some stuff, get ready, and go from there. And it was funny, my accountant's wife had to come inside the tiny house because she thought she left an item in one of the boxes, so she was kind of just like, I was basically hauling the boxes, guys, to the doorway, and then a couple people would pick them up and bring them to the truck where they shred the paper. So no one was in here but myself. And then the accountant's wife came in to stay warm by the fireplace. Though it was kind of hard because, I'll show you, the bed is in the way, and aluminum rails and everything else. It was a lot better for her because it was warmer. She's out of the wind and whatever, right? So it worked out. And she thinks that the project's pretty neat. So And that's, I don't know how more, I'm not like I'm looking for praise or anything, but had to lift the mat up from underneath kitchen countertop a little bit because it pinned it down, which I wanted. Yeah, she liked the project. She thought it was cool. But like I said, she's out of here. What was that? Rain? Might rain again today. So I gotta lift this mat up and out of here so I can put this ceiling up. And like I say, guys, I got lots of stuff going on. I got cleaning to do, all kinds of stuff gonna happen. So it's gonna be interesting. Lots of stuff. Now that's better. Here, I'll grab the camera, show you guys. Now I got a working area here. So some of you may notice a hole over here. I mentioned this quite a few times before. This is how thick I insulated the floor in the off-grid tiny house. I built the floor up quite a bit. 2 layers of thick, rigid foam, and then at the bottom, to seal the hole, I just spray foamed it. And I was gonna originally have the kitchen area here. That's why I have a hole in the floor. But like I said previous, I can use this for multiple things in the future. I can poke the foam out from underneath, run the extension cord up in here, and if I had a generator or something in the underneath the tiny house with a remote start switch, would be awesome, because I've seen they have those now. I could run that cord over, and if I needed to add some power to the battery bank, I could do that. Or I could run a cord to, through a heavy extension cord, and possibly run my air conditioning for the first time, though that's probably a long ways off. Either way, I bought that unit, and actually the video I made about it paid for the unit. If you guys can believe that, there was that much interest in what I was doing. So, didn't cost me anything. That was one item that I did buy from Walmart because of the price was so cheap, but that was way back before I went and had all the issues with them for warranties and stuff like that. Yeah, so things are progressing. Like, I didn't plan this as far as starting the ceiling project and then knowing the accountant's going to get rid of the stuff just in time almost. It's destiny or serendipitous or whatever you call it. It just turned out the way it was perfect. So as soon as I'm kind of closing in the ceiling and ready to start working back in the storage area, my accountant says, hey, I'm done with these boxes, time to get rid of them. So that was a kind of a bonus, guys. Really, really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna set up my music first, set you guys up on time lapse so I can chill to some music in here, and we'll see you in a bit.